Welcome everyone to the Gathering of the Creatives. I haven't posted in a while, sorry about that, you know how things go sometimes. For this episode, people have been busy making their special, unique builds. Some of them the world has never seen before. Just before we start at number 10, I need to announce that the next episode will be a bit different. It's going to involve some events. Should be exciting. I'm going to be hosting events in the Dark Souls arenas, in all Souls games, and then the footage you guys take from those fights, or any other great arena matches that you have, those will be the ones you submit for the top 10. So it'll be arena focused. If you want to get involved, check out my brand new Discord server. The link is in the description. You've probably noticed recently all the Souls channels have Discord servers, and I'm fashionably late to the party. But it's cool. The channels are chatting and you can meet people. I'll explain a bit more at the end of this video. Aside from that, let's begin with your inventive creations, starting at number 10. First up is Oreki Hotaro with his character named Vlad the Impaler. Not fully sure why this is based on a vampire, but that aside, this build is actually really cool. And more than that, this whole invasion is a spectacular 3v1. So let's get into it. We have a 120 build focused on strength, and his weapons are the Great Lance, Warpick, and the spiked mace, as well as the Millwood Greatbow. Those choices alone are pretty unusual, although the Great Lance does work with the Leo Ring since it's the thrust weapon. And I've heard tales that through the game's patches and fixes it's been made a bit more viable in general. The spiked mace just looks amazing, but it's not bad either. It has some great range and a few good combos, some true combos actually. True combos meaning if you land your first attack, you're guaranteed to land some follow-up moves like R1, L1, R1. I will say the character does look great. There's a good resemblance to Vlad III or Vlad the Impaler. Let's talk about that Warpick. Brave choice. That's a weapon you don't see, but it does do thrust damage for some reason, so that makes sense with the Leo Ring, and it's keeping this white summon at bay. He's surviving with the distractions of the level enemies. Continuing with this cautious strategy, he notices an opportunity to push an attack, combos with the pine-infused spiked mace. Beautiful. He's still outnumbered 2-1. This is the posturing stage, where both sides apply buffs and throw stuff. It's an important psychological battle, a battle of wills. It's like two male peacocks strutting around. But here we go, the white summon bites off more than he could chew, I believe the saying is. Ends up getting saved by his Tears of Denial miracle, but the invader chases after him, trying not to let him heal, and he's eventually picked off under a hail of firebombs and throwing knives. The fight ends with the host giving up, surprise surprise, and he makes a desperate run through the level. Number 9, much shorter because this submission features a filthy glass cannon build, my favourite. But wait, you're thinking he doesn't have a weapon, how can this be a one-shot build? No, this guy's using pure pyromancy. That's why this is quite interesting. However, he's entering into a chaotic fight with like 4 of the people, it's complete carnage, and the host is at full health with Tears of Denial. How's this build going to perform? Sacred Flame does not care about Tears of Denial. I think that's what we've learned today. Pyromancy beats miracles, confirmed. Power Within, Lloyd's Sword Ring, Witch's Ring, and the Clutch Rings. Booyah. Number 8, we have Amenhotep, who has crafted together a Dragonoid Knight. Combination of a knight with a dragon, of course, and it works so well aesthetically. Ring Knight Lance and Shield combined with some Armor of Thorns pieces definitely gives off a scaly, spiny dragon feel. I gotta say, this spear ends up being perfect as well, because it lets him perform huge, fiery leaping attacks, which obviously demonstrate his agile dragon abilities. Additionally, he uses the Dragon Headstone. Using the Headstone's ability breeds a constant flow of fire, and the shield does something similar. It sprays a fan of flames, which is good to keep enemies at a distance. And at a distance is where this amazing lance shines. What a brilliant moveset. Phenomenal ending as well, ducking under that lethal firebomb to stab his opponent twice for the win. Nimble and ferocious, just like his dragon build. Love that. Number 7 is freaking hilarious. By far one of the funniest ones, I think. It's a mimic chest. If you look closely though, you'll see it's actually a person. Cool thing here is he's combated the health drain that the mimic head inflicts by using regenerative buffs like Bountiful Light. He actually out-heals the damage, which is smart. Otherwise, he's using the Dark Hand because it has a grab attack that kind of looks like you're eating your opponent. A perfect snack for a hungry mimic chest. The Herald Curved Greatsword is just a decent weapon, but again it sort of resembles biting and has the leaping attack, like when mimic chests pounce on you. So awesome idea, I think it works really well, and I got really inspired by this one. I hope we have some budding spellcasters here because Brandon Taylor has made a Conjuror build. So he uses things like Farron Flash Sword and Old Moonlight for the soul sorcery weapons. They combo together pretty well. Lightning Arrow works as a great range option. Life Unside is an awesome looking spell, creating a dark, illusory scythe that steals health from opponents. So you could say no weapons were used in this fight, or you could say only weapons were used in this match. Depends on how you look at it, but what a cool idea. Number 5 is in Dark Souls 1. We've migrated to the Ulasil Township, where we're highlighting a spell that didn't make its way into future Dark Souls titles, but I think that's a mistake, because this was a spectacular spell, so underrated, yet so cool, very different. You'll see it in action in this fight. The rest of this build that you're looking at is Artorias armor with the Moonlight Greatsword and around 40 intelligence and 20 faith. Everyone who missed out on the first Dark Souls is like, what just happened? Karmic Justice, ladies and gentlemen. It's a miracle. You cast on yourself as a buff, and it triggers an explosion once you've been hit 5 times in a row, with a timer of 3 seconds max between each hit. A perfect surprise against an aggressive opponent who isn't paying much attention. Next is Sean with a wind-themed warrior. This is creative. What a cool elemental twist to base a build on, using weapons that no one uses, the Storm Curved Sword offhand with the Storm Ruler in the main hand. Storm Ruler, of course, is the meme weapon you find in Yorm's boss room, so what you use to kill the giant. The skill is Storm King, and it imbues your weapon with a wind effect. I mean, the weapon itself is not great, with low damage, slow attacks, and really low durability, but it is usable, as you can see. And I think the aesthetic makes it worth it. And the curved sword in the offhand is actually quite good. It is something like the second longest curved sword. One thing the Storm Ruler weapon art can do quite well is punish Esther's healing. The Storm Curved Sword, when you put it in 2 hands, obviously has the spinning tornado attack, so definitely a perfect backup choice for this wind theme. Just very unique overall, with the subject and weapon choice. Armor set looks cool too, I think. Nice golden glow, Lorien armor, rune leggings. Yeah, it all works well together. Number 3, we find a fat farmer living in Dark Souls 1. And those are his own words, just to be clear. We've got the Fang Boar Helm, Go's armor, Havel Gauntlets with the Guardian leggings. Weapon is the mighty 4-pronged plow with a sneaky backup Demon Great Axe. Definitely the scariest farmer I've ever seen. I wouldn't trespass on his farm, that's for sure. This is also one of the best 1v1 fights on this countdown. Both players are clearly great, especially this farmer. You can see they're doing backstab escapes, pretty complicated techniques involving strafing and prediction, even some backstab cancelling. High-level Dark Souls 1 PvP involved a lot of exploiting mechanics. It really impresses me that he's fat rolling too. That is something most good players will not choose to do at all. The plus side is he can poise through a fair amount of attacks, get some poised backstabs. Opponent does a quick menu swap to the red Tearstone ring there once his health was low enough. Just a good demonstration of muscle memory, but overall this scary farmer had better positioning, spacing, and so takes the victory. In second place, we have a spicy Dark Souls 2 clip. This is Lightning Bolt patrolling the Iron Keep Bridge, with a possible Halloween build, I'm guessing. It's a spooky one, very, very intimidating. On him we have the Mad Warrior mask, Drakekeeper armor, Smelter Demon gauntlets, and leggings with the malformed claws. What a weapon! A rock lobster. Also has the red eye ring. That was a ring in Dark Souls 2 that made your eyes glow red, believe it or not. It's seeing stuff like this that makes me think Dark Souls 2 really might have had the best fashion Souls scene. It really was a huge variety of stuff to work with. Flame weapons on the claws, looks good, bit of extra damage. They have shield piercing, and I think they're really good at poisoning, but he's not using poison. Pretty cool his opponent's using fist weapons as well though. They're definitely not quite as cool as these claws, I'm going to say, but still an interesting boxing match on the bridge. These matches are so pivotal on spacing. If you get close and stuck in a stun lock, you'll most likely be taking a lot of consecutive damage. That's what they have to both play around. I think this build just looks the best. And number 1, Dragonborn 007. I respect this guy. He's sent in some great stuff over the years. Today he's done something that most people don't do when it comes to Dark Souls games. He's made a build focusing around a specific defense, when most people build their characters around a specific damage output, if you get what I mean. He's called this character Smartness Immune, and his backstory is he's so unintelligent that his wizard opponents using their mental magic attacks can't harm him. He can't comprehend the knowledge involved in their spells or something like that. I quite like that idea. Using the Dragon Tooth, highest magic resistant armor there is, couple spells, rings, and even bug pellets means he can reach a magic absorption of 93%. Some of these are Great Magic Barrier, of course, Sacred Oath, boosts absorption and boost attack, so win-win there. You can see the effect in this match. He takes a Crystal Soul Spear to the face and brushes through it like it's actually nothing. Since his build is so focused on nullifying sorcery, his attack I guess suffered, so he's making up for it with a Dark Moon Blade Dragon Tooth. Also not something you see often, but Dragon Tooth is definitely on the cool weapons list. It's amazing how he can get double teamed, spells flying in from all angles, yet he's the one dishing out the damage, helped out by those devastating angels from above as well. To show just how powerful this build is, we have a clip of him helping out a host fighting Aldrich. This is how to be the ultimate helpful summon. A lot of the boss's attacks are magic based, so are pretty ineffective against his defenses. Also, just to clarify, one of the reasons why he's using the Dragon Tooth is because as a weapon it also grants 10% absorption against magic and fire. I think a build like this is so unique, mainly because most people, myself included, try and go for crazy damage output or some cool combo, or we just focus the build around a weapon we like, whereas this build pretty much purely exists to make the sorcerers he faces scratch their heads in confusion. I suppose it's quite situational, but it's one I'd most like to try and see how much it affects a playthrough. Let's talk about the next episode, because as I said, we're doing something different. We are doing a Dark Souls Arena episode, taking clips from your arena matches in all the Souls games. If you don't have any good clips of arena fights, we're going to be helping each other out this time. We're going to have a channel open for arena matchmaking and discussion, and I'll be hosting arena battles at specific times in the next few weeks, which will all be announced through my Discord server. It's a brand new experience for me. The next top 10 I do will actually be partnered with Discord, which is awesome, but I'm really thinking this will be fun. Oh, actually, I just recently bought a drawing tablet inspired by some of the amazing Souls artists in this community. Oh yeah, I just wanted to give digital drawing a go. So I'll make a drawing channel as well, if you're interested in that. Want to hop in and share your advice, I suppose? Any feedback you have for me to do with the Discord server, please let me know. And if I have any friends watching this who wouldn't mind helping me moderate, just send me a message, that'd be helpful. And other than that, I will see you on the Discord. Farewell.